Hey everyone, welcome back to the IWP Network, or if it's your first time, welcome hanging out with us. Thank you so much for choosing this podcast, and feedback is always welcome. So make sure to check the links below for all social media links, audio and video versions of this show, and merch. We look forward to hearing from you and hearing that feedback, and enjoy the show.
All right, second time's a charm. Here we are, Patreon episode number 2. We're going to cover NXT Vengeance Day.
Vengeance, yes, good job.
Vengeance Day.
That happened
And,
last, as of time of this recording, that happened last Sunday.
Yep.
How about
Sunday,
that? We got
Valentine's
Elimination Chamber in 2 days this Sunday. So,
And then we're going to cover the
previewing and giving our predictions.
Elimination Chamber. Not all the matches are out.
Yeah.
WWE's going to probably do it the night of.
We'll do my thing. We'll book the worst possible WWE match you can.
Yes.
And that will,
I
That's going to be a future episode. We are going to book our own pay-per-view.
yeah, the worst with current WWE superstars.
can we do
Part-timers.
The worst show ever.
No, because then we could do one. You can also book the worst AEW show ever.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
right now, this is the book the worst WWE pay-per-view with current.
So
people
next Patreon episode,
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
book the worst possible show.
We're
you
going to
can.
book the
I
worst.
have some good. I have
I
bangers.
feel like that's something we could do with
You
different
can all-
time periods and different rosters.
Yeah, you
too.
can. Yeah, you
Yeah,
could.
all time periods are
You can
over.
only use a stipulation match one time though. So like you can
That's
only have
fair.
you can't say 5 Iron Man matches. No, you only do one.
Is your main event an Iron Man match?
No, my main event is a tag team match, and it's the try to stay awake through this match.
My main event's an Iron Man match, and spoiler alert, Bill Goldberg's in it.
Oh no, that's too many spears.
It's how far can you last as an audience member in this
Oh,
Iron Man
God.
match before you turn it the fuck off or you smash your head to your TV?
This show will be called WWE Fuck the Fans.
I already
I-
got
Keep in
got
mind-
one. By the
Keep in
way.
mind, you can book a good person, but they have to be booked shittily.
Yeah.
So like you would say like, hey, I'm gonna have Ryan Danielson losing in 1 minute.
Oh, like he did a Sheamus.
Yeah. But I'm going for just the worst possible matchups that like
Oh, that's a fun
who would
episode.
want to watch this?
That's a really
Yo,
fun
can we
idea.
just
I
call it
certainly won't.
WWE Impact?
Oh,
WWE
God.
Impact.
Kurt's like, I'm fucking leaving.
I mean, there's a lot of good people you could book.
Yeah. No, Impact's not all bad. It's just something.
I-
It's
Just
just
nobody
bad.
tunes in to
That's
watch the
roster.
show. That's all.
It's nobody watches half bad.
That honestly, I would watch it if I can watch a replay of it
More
on
accessible,
Hulu.
yeah.
Yeah, if I can go on Hulu and watch a replay of it, I'd 100%.
They're- One of the only people that are not doing any type of like sound sweetening or crowd or anything, just silence. It's like, come on.
And some of the
Oh,
times
no,
when
they
I go
have
on.
fake noises in there. The last Impact.
No, they
show,
put it in. Yeah,
they
piped it
funnel
pipe it
in
in?
fake noises.
Oh, do they?
yeah.
So I was like, put something.
What? I think they're just
Yeah.
trying to emulate Impact shows from before the pandemic.
Oh,
Zinger.
Jesus.
There
Although
it
if
is.
they do want to offer me a contract, I'll listen to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So joining us tonight on the Patreon, if you're listening to audio, you got myself, Anthony, you got Andy Header, Brian,
Right.
Austin, the Kilowatt, the
Hey.
Penguin, and
Hey,
and Kurt. Don't buy the cow if you get the milk free. Our Patreon subscriber and also joining us on the episode, so he doesn't have to listen to it later.
But we also have I forget his name. Bear. What's the
Yeah,
business
I
bear?
guess
What was
it was right
Cody's
now.
name?
Yeah,
What was Cody's bear's
Bernard.
name? Bernard the business bear. Yeah.
there it is.
Then it was like
Um,
it's gotta be CM Punk,
I
and then
think
it was nobody.
That is CM Punk underneath that.
Yeah.
We're just not telling anybody.
this is going to be my gimmick for the Patreon episode.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear a different gig.
It looks Ted-ish too.
How
from
it,
the
it,
Oh,
it,
it
it's
is the
100% Ted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know I never watched Ted 2, and I do have the Blu-ray that's 1 and 2. I'm like, I gotta
Mm.
watch those.
So I don't.
I think my gimmick for the Patreon show is going to be no hat. That's going
I
to be
like
my
it.
gimmick,
Yeah.
though.
Mine's
Let-
gonna be big pants.
letting the bangs show. I like it. We I have a thing. This is so off topic, but I can't sweat. Like I don't sweat.
No, really, I hardly ever sweat unless I'm really going.
Like to the point where I don't sweat, and then like if I exert really hard, I
Oh.
pass out.
Oh, wow.
I envy you.
right?
Yeah.
Austin sweats like a goddamn
Really?
animal.
Like IRS will tie into the rest.
Like
you hug-
I think I'm already sweating through this
Oh
curtain.
my god!
I am, yeah.
when you go see Austin perform music
Yeah.
live, I'm a hugger, and I love the kid. I really care about him. And then like I made the mistake of hugging him a couple times after the show, and I felt like I went swimming.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine how gross that helmet is that
but
you're wearing
do you
because
remember-
he's wore it on stage.
Oh god.
I've marched band parades in this.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
thing is
God.
probably horrible.
Oh.
I envy you there, Tony, because I sweat when I hear the word Chinese food. So, you know.
Oh, man. Yeah, you ever watch Seinfeld?
Never.
No. Well, George Costanza in the show would after physical activity, he would sweat hours later. That happens to me.
Wow.
So like I'll sweat in the moment, and then I'll like shower off, and like 2 hours later I'll just sweat again.
I sweat when it's cold outside. You know,
It's like getting kicked in the balls, and you're like, "Did I just get kicked?"
Oh, yeah, there it is.
It's like one of those delayed reactions.
Yeah.
Already.
Oh god.
This is what you're paying the big bucks for.
that's what I'm talking about. You're paying for
What's your,
sweat. That's what I'm
kick
talking
the
about.
balls.
I've been
Come on,
saying,
blood, sweat, and tears into this.
Condensation.
I have been saying, I think the Patreon episodes are more fun because it's more lax. Like this is what we used to do in Tornado Tag, and now that's
Right.
kind of the Patreon. So I actually feel these are episodes better, like they're better episodes because we're not just staying on topic. So I think you're winning by fucking paying for it. That's just me. But
It's
anyway,
like you're getting to chill with us.
yeah, that's literally what it. And you can actually chill with us if
Fantastic.
you
Then they
if you
put up
click the link.
Some weird
Yes,
lucha
because
match
we are now
Yeah.
3 boxes away from Hollywood Squares, and that's the big goal.
Oh, we
Yeah.
need Bruce Valanche.
We can literally do a private chat, like in the private chat, and then bring someone in and they can ask us wrestling trivia questions, and then whoever
the tic tac toe.
and then we could play that. Oh, you just pitched a whole fucking
Yeah.
Patreon episode.
We're
we go.
actually developing for Leapfrog. We're doing a game show like once a month after a show with the Streamlabs on Twitch.
You can
Cool,
100% do
cool.
fucking tic tac toe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hollywood Squares, Leapfroggy Wood Squares.
That's so weird. 'cause
Lucky
I was
Wood
just
Squares.
watching that on YouTube, the Tom Bergeron episodes of it.
You got to do win Brian's money, Alex. That'll be your
There you
leapfrog.
Like win Ben Stein's money. You can win my money.
It'd be fun. Remember the old Howard Stern's Hollywood words games where they had like a black
Yeah,
dude in the
Hollywood
corner, and then you had,
Squares.
like then you had the God hates F words. That's not F. That not yeah. And then you had like the
That's not
member.
F.
You had like the member of the Ku Klux. Like you had
Yeah.
everyone who would hate each other all playing tic tac toe games. It was awesome. And then Gilbert Godfrey somewhere in there. Oh my!
God.
Bruce Valanche was always right in the middle. And
Yeah.
he's
Gilbert
I'm
Gottfried.
flamboyant.
Gilbert Gottfried had a great cameo, I heard, where he was somebody got him a cameo for Bill Apter from Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh my God!
And he just like rips into him when he's talking about like wrestling and Andy
Willie
Kaufman.
Apter.
He's like, 2 things that are full of shit. Wrestling and Andy Kaufman.
I watched a whole montage on Joe Rogan being fake in front of the Undertaker, and it was him asking the Undertaker a question, and then a clip of like Joe Rogan 10 years ago making fun of professional wrestling.
Mm.
Kurt's camera froze, and it's not a flattering. Oh, there it goes. Your camera froze, and you were like looking, like making a duck face. It was awesome.
And then with his hat, he looked like Jamie Josta from Hatebreed.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into Vengeance Day. That's what we're here for.
Did we all watch it? I
did,
did watch like 2 matches, so I fell asleep in the.
I watched the
had
whole
to watch
thing.
them.
I thought it was a good card.
Some
It
very
remi-
good matches on
I
that.
watched
Very,
it.
very good.
It made me feel like NXT is back because it felt like an
The
old school
takeovers
takeover.
are always good. Sometimes the weekly television show is not so hot.
Some of the last takeovers were kind of like
I
Yeah.
agree with you, Tony. I felt like the last few takeovers have lost the like appeal of it being a big event, and like that losing a crowd obviously didn't help because that
Yeah.
is all of what takeover is. But like this, like you just said, this last one felt like a real takeover again.
it's you watch takeover and it's like there was never really a match where you're like, oh, that was a stinker, and then some of the previous takeovers you can pick a match or two out and you're like, that wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, Killer Cross, Keith Lee.
Yeah, I thought that was the
Yeah.
only bad takeover. Like, because after that you had the one with Kyle O'Reilly and Finn, and that was amazing.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
But wasn't there a match earlier on that card that was just like, I could have done without that?
I think so, yeah.
You'll have one or two here, but
I just, like it definitely didn't captivate me the way the takeovers prior to the pandemic did.
Yeah, this takeover was a home run. There was not a bad match on it, for me anyway.
Although I zone out with the two male tag teams in that one Dusty Classic, VSK, MSK.
I will say this.
I thought that was a very. I thought it was.
Oh,
very
I don't know.
good
Them, they just I zone out.
Yeah,
I love that match.
I also zone out with the tag champs.
Yeah,
They come out. I'm like, I don't care.
I fell in love with with the former Rascals. What are they called now?
MSK.
Yeah.
No, nobody has said what it stands for. The best theory I heard was marijuana smoking kids.
Yeah, I heard that.
I'm for it. If that's the name, that's great. Yeah, I thought that was
sweat kids. They were talking about
the meat sweats. What's that from? The meat sweats?
I don't know. I just hear
I heard
pop
that in the
culture
TV show.
stuff.
That's
like
when,
Andy's drinking.
like
I
when
keep looking over and
It
thinking,
It
It's
looks
on
like
Friends.
beer. Our piss, but it's apple soda.
Yeah, I keep looking over at Andy. I think he's drinking beer with me, and I'm like, "This is fucking awesome." And then I realize he's drinking.
He's drinking
soda.
a bunch of them, not getting drunk.
That's gonna be the super Patreon. Get Andy drunk.
Yeah, I throw up.
Andy did do a banging beers with us, and it was him taking a tiny sip of a beer and going, "This is fucking gross."
And then getting info about hops and stuff.
It was a good episode.
So Vengeance Day starts off with Kushida
on
versus Johnny Gargano.
On the pre-show, we did have the.
I didn't see that.
The debut / return of L.A. Knight, the former Eli Drake.
Yeah.
No matches. I don't think they did a match on the pre-show.
No.
Yeah.
So you like cut a promo or?
Yeah,
he did. He cut a promo. He kind of called out Wade Barrett a little bit, and then he talked about
in NWA.
Yeah, and then he did do a very, very good promo. But
he's very good. But that name
with the L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Was it all?
I don't think he did that part yet.
The name sucks.
Yeah,
everyone says it sucks. Like, no one says, "Oh, that's a good name."
Yeah, it's
a shit name.
He's super
LA
super,
Gear.
super talented.
It's like what were my two favorite sneakers in the '90s? LA Gear, British Knights.
I was just getting ready to say
LA
that.
Knight.
I was just getting ready to say that.
Yeah.
He needs the lights on the bottom.
It's like he's like the British Knights of wrestling right now.
Yeah.
Very talented. He stole the show at PPW when he was there.
Yeah.
He won me over there. I'm excited he's in NXT.
Yes.
Do I think he's going to be utilized well? The jury's out, but I'm not confident.
I'm neither.
I mean,
Not
he's a guy as Eli Drake. I can't get by the name. I don't think anybody can, but like he's the guy that could be the next face of the company.
Who's his first rivalry? You think? Who you put him up with?
Well, he's obviously heel, so
yeah. Who do you cut a
maybe not.
promo on?
Yeah.
You got to put him against like a mid card babyface that he can actually
Maybe
beat.
I would say
Is,
maybe Priest, but what?
Priest is on Raw now.
Yeah, Priest is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, DP.
Leon Ruff, like he's just been in the mid card for a while.
I was just thinking of
now.
Is he hurt now? I can't even think. Bronson Reed, Jonah Rock. I couldn't think of his.
Yeah, he's been on for a while.
I think he's coming back.
I don't think it would be good for him to take a loss to someone new because they've been kind of like building him recently.
Well, the problem is
he should like beat what's his name, the killer guy.
See that? I would keep it because
Loomis.
Loomis.
That's Loomis.
See the problem with the last three guys NXT has brought in, they put them in the main title immediately.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. You don't have
then
to do
they
that.
lose, and it's like, well, now what do we do with them?
Yeah,
they're
problem.
it's squandering talent. It's kind of what they're doing over there. With certain
NXT
people.
has lost its way a little bit.
I
mean, there's still good matches, but I mean, from where it was,
it seemed like they're like, all right, well, let's move Damian up. We really don't know what to do with some guys. Adam Cole, save us again.
Yeah,
we'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, so first match, the tag team. What do we thought?
Yeah, the women's Dusty Classic
oh,
final.
that was first. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez defeat Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart to win the women's Dusty Classic and secure a future women's tag championship match.
It was a good match. It's a good match.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it.
I'm very happy with the result being like somewhat of a team that was established prior to this and not like the males where it's like you have the Joe and Ballers.
Yeah.
It felt like an actual team won this, so I was real happy.
Yeah, which
was a good match.
Good.
I think I have to piggyback off of Anthony on this one, but I'm really want Amber Moon to get her shine now. I
think we might be seeing a heel turn soon.
Yeah, I really want her to get her shine. I really think she's an unbelievable talent, and
Absolutely.
it'd be so fantastic to see her push to the forefront of NXT and or main roster.
Yeah, I think one problem they're going to have very soon with that Raquel is she's getting over with fans. People are getting behind her and rooting for her, and I think she's going to overgrow her heel role, and people are going to want her to become babyface. And
I don't think she's quite ready for that.
But
Yeah.
I think that will be fine eventually because I could see Kai turning on her.
Mm-hmm.
And you never like to worry about it as much when there's not a real crowd.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even the whole match, like it seemed like Kai was playing heel and Raquel was playing like a half heel, half baby face.
Yeah, I think they're going for like a Diesel Shawn Michaels vibe there, and then eventually Diesel to become a babyface.
Yeah, and it didn't work because they have a hard
Well,
time
it
pushing.
didn't work because they took everything that made Kevin Nash unique and fun and charismatic, and they took it away.
Yeah.
So if you do that, but nothing works if you do that.
Well, you're Kurt is the big Raquel fan here. What do you think? What do you think of this first match here and Raquel and Kai getting the win here and winning the first ever Women's Dusty Classic?
Let's get my name straight. I'm known as the Rhea Ripley guy, not the Raquel guy. So just want to put that out there now. But it was a good match for sure. I enjoyed every second of it. But yeah, it was. I called it in the pro wrestling scorecards that they were. I'm pretty sure I got it exactly right as far as who covered who. So it was a good match. Very happy. I'd love to see him take the belts off, but who knows?
Yeah. I would be okay with them winning the titles. I just think they need to put the tag team titles on an actual tag team. And if you're not using the titles on the main roster, maybe do them on the NXT and then bring down teams like Sexy Muscle Friends, like who I thought was going to get the title shot, but they just completely forgot about them.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I just we'll get to who the next challenges are for the titles, which is so fucking
back down
stupid. Yeah, like
train.
Billie Kay is killing it right now.
Yeah.
They separated her from Peyton because they wanted to make Peyton this huge superstar, and Peyton's doing nothing, and everyone's in love with Billie Kay because she's charismatic and entertaining.
It's almost like they purposely did that swerve. It's like, hey, we're gonna split these two apart because we know people have this pre-perceived notion that Peyton's gonna be the star, and then we're just gonna push Billie.
Yeah, because Billie just naturally shines.
The only problem is and then Belle has to right.
Yeah, she's a hard time wrestling, but boy, can she. That's
why she'd be a perfect manager.
Yeah.
Perfect. Maybe maybe that is another reason why they split them up.
I mean, maybe. I mean, then send them back to NXT and say, "Hey, you got to train some more."
Yeah, that's what I would say. I don't push them up to the main roster.
There's nothing bad in saying, "Hey, we want you to get better because you're not that good."
Yeah.
I mean, it's an insult to say you're not that good, but if it's the truth, then go train and get better. You have access to some of the best trainers in the world.
I will say this:
if Shawn Michaels can't make you better, then leave the business.
Yeah. Alex was telling me in a private conversation. I wasn't aware of this. I guess when they just had a huge thing where I guess Janela and Nyla were pretty much like we got pushed. We were put in a main TV and we got there and we realized we're not ready yet.
Mm-hmm.
And they realized that as talent and forced kind of told them to let us get off TV so we can work on ourselves. That's not a terrible thing for a talent to do that, to kind of humble themselves and be like,
it's not a bad thing to ask for help, especially if you think you need it.
Yeah.
If you don't think you need it, if you ask for help, then most people aren't going to say no.
I wouldn't have told Nyla she needed help. I was really entertained what she was doing. Same with Janela. I think there's more people on AEW who need more help than those two.
There's a lot. Yes. Private party. Some people aren't really ready for TV. They could be really good, but they're not ready for TV because they're not used to doing TV.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
But that's why we have Dark.
But yeah, I think that's where I think maybe WWE struggles a little bit. Where it's good to hear that AEW talents acknowledging that and working on it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Got good trainers there too.
So what do we think? Do we think that the Dusty Classic team's going to win a tag team championship, or do you think it's going to go away?
I hope they do.
I would love to say it. I don't think they will.
Yeah, I don't think they will. I think that they then keep it on Nia and Shayna because I don't know. Vince just thinks it's funny with them two having the belts.
Yeah,
I think that if they were to beat Nia and Shayna, I think they would just be transitional champions for another main card power duo of maybe a returning Becky and pairing her with someone.
That thing they do where the women's tag champions can jump brands, they use that as a convenient way to get people they perceive as big stars on other shows. So I think that keeps them from letting an NXT team have a run with it.
Yeah.
Well, like we said, that match where it's going to be Nia and Shayna versus Bianca and Sasha. I would not be surprised if all Bianca and Sasha wouldn't tag titles.
It'd be a horrible move, but I wouldn't deny with the way WWE goes. I wouldn't deny it either. Anyone else want to chime in there?
I mean, I agree. I talked about the Royal Rumble, man. I was a little disappointed because I wanted to see more of a push out of the younger talent there because I just feel like the legends already had their due, and it's time to start pushing some younger talent.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
Well, you say younger talent. This was one of the oldest Rumbles we've ever had. There was only 2 guys under 30 in it.
Mhm.
WWE doesn't really have young talent, to be honest. They don't.
More on the women's side.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
on the women's
they're
side,
actually
yes.
signing-
I'm talking about more the men's side. Like the men's side was, I get it, but like
The 2 youngest guys were Dominic Cruz and Otis are the only 2 guys that were in that Rumble that were
is very bleeded out when it comes to younger talent. But for the women's side, I would like to actually see this younger NXT tag team come up and maybe win and just try to push you a little bit forward and get a little bit younger.
Yeah, I think you're getting at like newer, not necessarily younger, because a lot of these people aren't getting signed until they're like 30. Like Sheamus didn't get signed.
I'm not talking age wise. I'm talking more professional wise.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to clarify for you.
Well, and Andy made a good point when I even said the age thing to him. He goes, "Well, not every guy that's young deserves to be that high. You got to pay."
And they're not over
because there's some guys in AEW who are young and they're
Yeah.
trying and they're botching and they're not making successful matches. So it does goes both ways.
And then there's AJ, who's what, 41, 42? And he's one of the best top 5 in the world.
He's wrestling,
There's a lot to learn before you get on TV, man.
And Edge is the guy who won it, and he's probably still better than 80% of the roster in the world
cuts
too.
a promo. So I don't mind Edge winning because, like, would it really be that much better if Mustafa Ali won? No.
I think it'd be interesting to see.
I mean, it'd be
Mustafa
different.
Ali somehow cost. I don't know if it happened on SmackDown, so if
It'd be
anyone
great
watched
if
it, but
beat up all of Retribution and then they never come back.
Or no, he beats up Kofi and takes his spot back.
Yeah, because that would be cool. Yeah,
I mean that's where Retribution would actually.
That's a long time storyline.
That
payoff.
whole thing will pay off.
Yeah, so
like,
that will not happen.
they're kind of doing it.
The wrestle main event against Lucha House Party, and
I see the Edge winning the Rumble too as like more like a Kofi thing, like a feel good moment,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it was honestly the safest bet. I think they kind of did a good job of like pushing guys like Bryan and Cesaro and trying to make it seem like they could have a chance. But then having Edge start the Rumble with Orton, it kind of it didn't like make it obvious while you're watching it, but in retrospect, it was like, okay, this might be Edge's time.
Yeah. Completely irrelevant, but I wanted to see if you guys seen this too. It was kind of like something I seen in wrestling, like dirt sheets and news, and it kind of was a blip and then went away. But see, Braun may have got himself some trouble on social media.
No, for what now?
I saw he had a blood infection.
I saw that too.
He commented on a post. I forget exactly what the context of the post was, but I don't know if it was in regarding of. I think it had to do something with a black superstar. And he commented 80s, like what's the extreme right
the Proud Boys?
The Proud Boy thing where it's like where black people are a certain percentage of crime and they always tweet that or say that and Braun Strowman said that on an Instagram post.
Boy, really?
Oh, jeez.
And someone screenshotted it and then he immediately took it down.
Yeah.
And then I guess people are like circulating it.
I didn't see anything about that.
Let me pull it up real quick so I actually know exactly. But a lot of people think now that maybe that'll hold Braun back again because now he's.
I remember when he said that
he's Lars Sullivan
before about like indie people not making money or something idiotic that he said, and it's like, oh my god, I don't know.
Lars Sullivan himself a long time ago.
They should have made a meme. Lars Sullivan screwed Lars Sullivan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We have some nice pictures of Lars Sullivan, don't we, there, Kilowatt?
I used to have full conversations with him on an app, like a webcam app. Yeah.
Ooh, webcam.
Webcam. Is that Cyber Sunday?
It was called Meet Me, and I used to go on there and talk to people and like promote the podcast. And I found out about it through Brian's co-host Jack. Yeah, here it is. So Braun Strowman recently left a comment on Instagram that outraged some fans who feared that he was being racially insensitive, while others claimed it had nothing to do with that. It was an inside joke about body fat. Randy Orton posted a photo with his wife and Bad Bunny, leading to a comment saying 13%. And Urban Dictionary states that 13% is a population of the United States who are African American, and it also is a online statistic when it has got crime committed by African Americans. So a lot of people seen him put the 13%, and I think maybe Braun was referring
to a
to
picture of Randy and his wife.
It was him and Bad Bunny. So and I think
Bad Bunny's.
This seems like people looking for something.
That's stretching. That's okay.
But
now that's
I just wanted to say, have anyone seen it or they had thoughts?
No, that's really stretching. It'd be different if he posted that on a picture of Big E or something.
Yeah,
and like, well, but
this sounds like people trying to be mad.
Yeah. It didn't. I don't
That's
know if
like
it went anywhere, but it was something for a moment there.
Like that article I seen where it said they are Elizabeth Olsen is whitewashing Wanda Maximoff. I'm like, you can't get any more white than Eastern European.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you just can't. And then people are like, no, it's her accent. I'm like, okay. So if I cast someone who should be from Boston and they don't have the Boston accent, is that whitewashing the Boston person?
Like, WWE? One of their Russian commentators is a Chinese, like an Asian dude.
Yeah, which always throws me off. I'm like, wait, what?
Well, they go from the Chinese commentary table
to the Russian,
and it's an Asian dude, and he speaks amazing Russian. You're like, good.
Well, I mean,
that's
Russia,
a mind fuck.
Russia is in Asia.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, same. Yeah, they're neighbors.
The only thing I do when they do that commentary thing is always pop when I see Ray Rougeau. That's
me too. I like Ray Rougeau.
I like when I see Funaki. Choppy peepee.
All American boys. Great song.
All right, next match.
Johnny Gargano. Well, before this match, the Way are all walking out, and then serial killer Dexter Loomis comes up from behind and stealth kills Austin Theory.
Austin Theory.
Mm-hmm. They should have where he kills them. Like, if you're gonna be a serial killer, you have to kill people.
They should have had him kill Velveteen Dream. That would have been a great end.
Yeah.
Anyone that's like leaves the company, Dexter Loomis kills him.
I will say this, Kurt. It's the only thing Impact does right. If you get written off their show, you're getting murdered.
Yeah, that's true.
that's the
best.
Hey,
can't believe
that's a good point.
Yeah.
We kill people.
Yeah. First show in, you had a body count. That's how you fucking book wrestling shows. You want to leave? The next person leaves the podcast, we're killing off.
Yeah, there you go.
That's just how it's going down.
Story. Yeah.
Like, hey man, I got something I got to leave. Like Nikolai, you got to leave again. We're killing you off. Yeah. Austin, you leave the podcast again, you're getting murdered.
Just chop the head and we'll just the bear
He got mauled by the bear. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
He choked on a sub. I don't know.
By Barry Berenstein.
Hoagie. He choked on a hoagie.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, yeah.
I hate that word.
So Dexter Loomis possibly kidnaps or he murders.
He definitely kidnapped him.
Yeah.
And then Johnny Gargano goes on to defeat Kushida in a very good match to retain the North American title.
Very shocked, no title change here.
I was, and I think they're going to keep the title on Gargano for a bit.
Yeah, me
now
too.
that the curse is no longer a thing, I think they're going to keep it on the.
I was shocked in the women's title. I thought it was time to switch that.
Yeah,
I was. So was I, and we'll get to that.
At least until Mania weekend, I think Gargano will keep that title. But this was like the first takeover that Kushida. But this is like one of the first times in NXT that Kushida has felt like a big deal again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just because like wrestling a match with Johnny really helped too. But obviously Kushida's great, but this was a fun match.
This showed what everyone was talking about. If you've never watched him in Japan, and then you finally see him on NXT, and you're like, everyone's raving about this guy, and he's getting fucking beat every week. And now you finally see what he can do, and you're like, oh shit, this is awesome.
The only time you saw it before, there were some TV matches with Gulak that were very good.
Yes.
Yeah. And they did that on like the house show tour too. I got to see that live, Kushida and Gulak, and it was fun live.
And then we kind of mentioned it earlier. But the third match here, the marijuana smoking kids did defeat the grizzled young veterans to win the men's Dusty Classic, and they will receive a NXT Tag Team title match in the future.
This was my favorite match of the night. I thought throughout the entire match, they did a lot of homages to a lot of different older tag teams. I noticed that they did like the Hardy Bump. I think they did the oh my god, they just did a bunch of like subtle homages to other tag teams. It just felt like a really good tag team.
Like FTR and when they used to wrestle DIY and they would do different tag team spots.
Yeah, they won me over. This is a fun tag team. I'm excited to watch them. I kind of gave them the Impact rub. I was like, okay,
Impact guys.
Yeah. And then they come up and like, no, this actually they got some ability here.
I knew that this was going to be a great match, at least for my taste. As soon as the grizzled young vets, Zach Gibson started cutting a promo, I was like, he's cutting a promo before this match. I have a feeling this is going to be a big match. Love those two too, like Zach Gibson and James Drake. I would think that they would hold the US NXT tag belts very soon.
Another knock to NXT here, right? Maybe it's just me and I'm an idiot, but who the fuck are the tag team champions?
That's what I had to ask, and someone told me the other day it was
Birch and Lorcan.
Yeah, well, I think they are just so uninteresting.
I'm a big Oney Lorcan fan.
No.
But yeah.
It worked when McAfee was with them because he.
Oh my God, the McAfee dudes.
Yeah.
And then they got rid of McAfee, and the whole stable means nothing now.
Yeah.
But McAfee did.
Holy
he was
shit.
on NXT this past week via
was he?
satellite. Yeah, via satellite, he was back into the mix and was saying, "Hey, I told you about Adam Cole. He sucks."
Yeah, they should pay him to be a manager.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, here's the
occasionally
thing.
wrestle.
He left, and no one gave a shit about his stable, and now he's back, and you can't even use him with Adam Cole because now Adam Cole's doing something else.
No, but that's fine. Pat McAfee can move on from that. Like that, especially if Pete Dunne were to beat Balor,
Dude.
but like he didn't.
Danny and Lorcan or whatever the hell they're called should be fucking sending a nice check to fucking Pat McAfee because that's the only reason they're tag team champions right now.
Yeah, I see them. I see MSK winning the titles from them.
Yeah.
I can see it going like to MSK and then maybe the grizzled young vets to continue that story beating MSK.
Because they're a little more liberal with the tag titles there. Because remember, what's his name had it? Fandango and Tyler Breeze, and they disappeared.
But they could have done really interesting stuff with it.
No offense to Alex's buddy Simon Grimm, but the Vaudevillains had it.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
So good. I didn't care for that tag team at all, but like it's after meeting him, he's an awesome dude.
They were over.
Like,
over at the time.
I would have given that run to Enzo and Cass though.
Yeah.
Okay, they were also over at the time.
They were so over.
But I also was a huge fan of like Blue Pants in that role. They did it like very briefly, but that added to their like wackiness.
Yeah. Bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba. What was that?
Did somebody kill Kurt? Did we kill him off?
He left.
His computer kept freezing, so he's going to restart and come back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we killed him off. He's dead.
Yeah, there we go.
I think I saw a guy with a mustache come up from behind him and then his screen went dead. Is that no good Dexter Loomis?
Yeah. All right, next match.
Tag title match.
Next match. Oh, did you have something to say about the tag title match?
No, I was gonna say I'm gonna try to guess the next match. Was it the women's 3-way?
Yes. In my opinion, the weakest match on the show. Unfortunately.
You know what I didn't like? It was like this. It was like, let's start. Someone does something. Io goes out of the picture. Then Tony and what's her name wrestle, and then Io comes back. They do something. Io goes out of the picture. They wrestle. Io comes back. It's like, why can't Io just wrestle?
Yep.
I thought it would have been significantly better if you would have had any two of the three in a one-on-one match.
Yes.
And as soon as they entered Mercedes Martinez into the mix, I was like, she's there to take the fall.
Mm-hmm.
That's all she's there for. She's 100% there to take the fall.
I think Io is great, but her run has gotten a little stale.
They can't. They're not.
And it's time to flip the title.
She is hands down probably the best female wrestler in the world right now, and they don't know how to put a storyline around her. She's
her like jump off of things because clearly like her putting the garbage can on her head was like one of the more recent things that kept her like very popular.
Yeah.
And like her matches have still been good, but like I agree, it's starting to get very lackluster.
Yeah, I think Toni Storm needs to be champion.
I thought she was gonna win it when she hit what's her name with the Storm Zero.
Yeah.
She did I want to. She's gonna win it.
I want to see Storm Ember Moon. I want to see that rivalry.
Yeah, be good.
Second worst women's booking of the week.
Second worst.
Worst was Maki Ito losing.
Oh yes. Maki Ito should have won.
Who's the one?
She's still coming to.
Who's the one that is that the one that's doing the awesome
motherfuckers?
Tweets?
Yeah.
Oh, she's amazing.
I'm here, motherfucker.
She's
if you haven't, a date of shit. Yeah.
If you haven't been watching her tweets, she is fucking awesome.
Yeah, she's cute dude.
Leapfrog, if you can pay for a plane ticket from Japan, you need Maki Ito. Have you seen her tweets?
Listen, we only have one person coming from Japan. They paid for their own ticket.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an expensive ticket. But yeah, that'd be awesome. Her tweets are hilarious.
She's amazing.
The only problem is not that great in the ring. Well, compared to all the other girls, she's good, but
by Joshi standards,
by Joshi standards, she's not like where the rest of them are at.
Kenny Omega probably seen her tweet and go, "She's fucking hilarious."
Yeah, but it's the shtick that you would want her for.
Kenny is a DDT mainstay, and she came up in DDT. So
I actually watched,
very well.
And she sings her way to the ring because she was a pop star.
Yeah, I watched. I watched Kenny Omega wrestle an 8-year-old girl the other day.
Okay, yeah,
that was DDT, yeah,
and was a fucking awesome match.
Not bad. It's not a bad match. Jim Cornette hates it, but it ain't a bad match.
There is a DDT match. It is an empty stadium match, and it is quite good. And they do so much comedy in there, and And I recommend anybody that wants to know what DDT is all about, watch that.
Dude,
match.
the 8-year-old girl, fucking great facial expressions, sold everything.
I was like, you know what? She knows what she's doing.
100% knew what she was
There's a
doing.
Joshi wrestler now. I don't know who. I know Riho wrestled the match when she was like 12.
Yeah. Whoever the 8-year-old who's wrestled Kenny Omega is going to be a mega star one day because she was already light years ahead of
Then you got to watch Kotobushi versus Kiki Haru or whatever, the blow up doll.
Yeah.
Kiki Haru, I think that's the name.
Maybe, she should have made an appearance at Love Frog. The blow up doll?
The blow up doll. I'm sure you can book the blow up doll.
Yeah. Doesn't Janela still have it?
Janela has that, yeah.
Yeah, there's a missed opportunity there. Maybe next time. Maybe next Love Frog.
Yeah, but this match, like, I liked it, but man, I thought it was time to flip the title. I would have been not happy if Mercedes won it, but I'm like, that ain't happening.
Well, going into this,
I want my girl.
No title change here.
Yeah.
No title change. No title change at Gulak. No title change here.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, they're not changing the title on the main event. What was this fucking pay-per-view? Like, this pay-per-view kind of felt like when you go into a pay-per-view and not one thing changes,
I mean,
it's kind of a wash.
I think it was because of what happens at the very end. They wanted that to be the story.
But I mean, you could have flipped the women's championship.
I think you should have. I think Tony Storm should have won.
I would have done that too.
Yeah, that would have been the only thing I would have changed. But from like a building to that explosion at the end, because the explosion at the end had me actually reacting out loud. I think it worked.
I got spoiled. So
really? I didn't know what was happening.
We watched this. Tony and I both watched this on delay because we watched Camp Love Frog live.
Yeah,
and just refreshing Twitter, I got spoiled.
I said to the Kilowatt, I think Love Frog was better than NXT.
I agree. If you look at it just bell to bell wrestling, no offense, I think NXT obviously had some really killer matches, but storytelling wise, I did enjoy Love Frog.
Well, it was uninteresting. That's the thing when it comes to NXT. It was just very uninteresting, and Love Frog was so much more interesting.
It was much more unique and
well, there's two differences there. Well, one at Love Frog, with Love Frog, you have to tell your story within a allotted time. Where NXT is, if you don't tune in every week and then you turn into a pay-per-view, where NXTs in the past can still captivate you. This is where I feel NXT has fell off. I used to never watch NXT weekly, and I'd watch a takeover and felt like I didn't need to watch week to week to enjoy that pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Where I think that's where NXT lost its charm for me.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's because they want people to watch the product.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could definitely see both points there.
So you should be a beginner that comes in and be able to pick up any type of storyline. You want to grasp that as a producer or any type of creator. You want to grasp that person to be able to come in and say, who is this person? You know what I'm saying? And just get that show over like automatically.
I didn't watch it. Do they still do like those vignettes before matches on pay-per-views?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should be all right.
Yeah.
But two of the 5 matches, the story is it's a tournament final.
Yeah.
Okay.
Previously.
Yeah, well, they would say treat every match or treat every show like it's someone's first show because it usually is.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, sometimes you can't treat every match.
Kurt's still having issues with the computer, so just really, really quick before we get too deep into this, go support them over at PA Pile Driver Podcast. They have a Patreon as well. It's $3. Throw them $3. Help them out. Tell them we sent you. Unfortunately, he can't. He's having some issues. The Patreon's going to get him a better computer, so go help the kid out. He's a college kid. He's trying to become a podcaster and pay for school.
It's a cover. Dexter Loomis is holding him for ransom right now. Help Curtis.
Yeah.
So it's all covered for we actually killed him off the podcast.
PA Pod Driver, more of a weekly show. They cover everything that you would watch throughout the week, and then they do a recap of everything. So we don't do that anymore. So you can go get that. You can go get your fix from them. Probably the reason why we stopped doing it, because I figure like why is there 2 of us doing it? Like let them do it and we can figure something else out and we can compliment each other instead of working against each other. So go listen to those guys and real quick, I'm not trying to put myself over here, but like we were doing it for a while, you know what I mean? Then they came in and that was their thing, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna change. Because that's part of the podcast network. You help each other, like why do the same thing for and battle each other when you can compliment one another.
Right.
So we changed it up a little bit. So go follow those guys if you want your weekly recaps. They do a great job at it. They break it up into 3 shows. You can listen to the Alpha Show, which is everything pre SmackDown and Raw. You can listen to Beyond, which is everything not WWE outside. So ROH, Impact, AEW, They do it all. New Japan, and then you can listen to tomorrow, which is NXT and NXT UK.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and
So-
listen to my new podcast on their network.
And you can check out Alex on his network. He's doing the PPW Unplugged. Alex is the like I said, he's the John Moxley of the podcast world. He's everywhere.
Well, I said if they call you, Mr. Blackwell, the Godfather of podcasting, I was calling him
I was
the king of podcasting now.
I've only been called that once, and I accept. I'm very humbled by it, but I don't know if I claim it.
Yeah.
I'll follow in your footsteps, producing on this.
Comrade Thompson.
Yeah. I'm just honored that somebody even sees me in that light.
I mean, I stopped doing reviews too, and then at my shout outs at the end, I just say, hey, go check out these guys, because I can't sit there and watch all that wrestling. That's a lot of wrestling to watch.
That is a lot of
It's a
wrestling.
lot of wrestling to watch.
Dude, try watching 5 wrestling shows, try to get 3
And
fucking
kudos
movies
to
in,
him.
listen
He gets
to a
that.
video game, and then record 5 shows, and then do research for a podcast that you don't know anything about because it's all conspiracy theories. Truth Behind Illusion is a challenge. And it fucks with my head. It's like MK Ultra, what? I can't handle this shit.
If I watched all that wrestling and did all my fast food reviews and stuff, I would probably have a drinking problem and probably be out of work and all kinds of stuff.
Nothing wrong with a drinking problem. It's only a problem if you make it a problem.
Right. So the main event, Finn Balor defending the title
versus
against
Pete
Pete
Dunne.
Dunne. I never for a second thought Pete Dunne was going to win, but I did think it
No.
would be a good match, and it was.
Yes.
Yes.
A little slow in the beginning, a little technical, a little slow, but then it got going.
And
It was
Pete Dunne
pretty good.
is a talent.
Mhm.
So good.
He was a little too orange. Someone needs to adjust the spray tan.
He always has it on his hands.
Yeah. Like, does he do it himself? No, I'm good, brother. I got it. Shh. Oh man, Pete looks orange again.
He's probably like, "Don't touch me."
Is he
And it's
going for a new gimmick?
Like he got in such good shape. Like, man, just go in a real tanning bed, or just be pasty.
I threw a softball up there and then stared right in Brian's eyes, and I think he felt it, and then he just quickly brushed it off.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had this conversation with the Kilowatt, but I'd like to have this conversation with you guys. What is you guys' views on Finn Balor like now?
He's fantastic.
I like him.
Mhm.
I personally liked him more when he came out as a demon, and I thought he was way more over as that, and maybe doing the whole, do that thing like in between pay-per-views. But then when he did the pay-per-view, boy, that was just so awesome how he come out in all the paint and the different.
I think when he
gimmicks
finally
had
does
with
it again, it's gonna go over hard.
Yeah, he
but
did say,
I'll pop for it.
yeah. He did say recently that he will definitely be bringing it back at some point. It's
Gotta
just
bring
right
the
now.
demon back.
Right now, he's got that almost like real rock and roller grown up. Like he is that real rock and roller.
He's like that. Hey.
Yeah, what he
Hey.
used to be doing. But now he's like matured and he's back in NXT for the
He
second.
needs
time.
finger guns. That's what I'm saying.
No,
And I do think the matches with Kyle and Dunn were phenomenal.
Yeah, the demon is very much a face character thing. Too.
Dunn
well,
is
here's the
awesome.
thing. When he was Prince Pretty,
Prince Pretty. Oh my
sorry, not
God.
Prince
Whoa.
Pretty. When he
Prince
was
Devitt.
Prince Devitt in New Japan.
He did do it as a heel when he was like Carnage and Venom.
Was it a different demon when he was a babyface rather than
He would
when
act. They didn't call it anything. They just look at him. He's got that. But he would come out. He would be a little bit more different, a little more like no selling.
Yeah.
little bit.
So that's where I would be interested to see him instead of babyface demon, where he's now heel demon.
Yeah, because he would be all
Wait,
super
wait.
villains.
Finn Balor's not really a heel.
Yeah,
He was for a little bit, but he's not a heel anymore. I don't think.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, I guess
Like
he's not.
his
He's-
first
he's-
match back didn't like his first takeover back wasn't it Gargano?
Yeah.
He was a heel to start.
I mean,
but
him
think around
popping the
time-
collar would be more of a heel, like, "Hey, I'm whatever."
Yeah.
I think around the time they did
he's-
the Damian Priest attack, he was kind of a babyface from there on.
Yeah, he's been I think he's trying to tote the line where he's trying to be like, I don't give a shit, F you, I'm here to just beat ass. Where he's trying to do that anti-hero where people love him regardless, but he's trying to still be like, I don't care what you think of me.
I think he's just a babyface, actually.
Yeah.
At least we have to see him wrestle. It's better than being on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, he's
That's true.
I think out of all the champions right now, I actually know.
In ring,
It's
out of the 3, he's the best.
I don't know, man. The Roman and
He's a
Kevin
better
Owens
wrestler.
matches have been
Character-wise,
fantastic.
Roman is better. Finn Balor's a better wrestler.
Ooh,
Finn Balor's
heel
a better
Roman
wrestler.
is fantastic right now. I think that's awesome.
Heel Roman with Kevin Owens has been fantastic, but let's see how he does with somebody else.
Heel Roman with Heyman is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, heel Roman with Jey Uso was really good.
Let's just say Heyman puts everybody
true.
over.
That's true.
All I say.
I'm sure whoever feud with next, which will probably Edge. So that'll be good.
I'm still holding out hope. Still on
For what?
That the real tribal chief shows up.
The Rock?
Yeah.
No. He's
not happening.
Black Adam. He ain't gonna push that movie back to wrestle one match.
Although it is The Rock, he could do whatever he wants.
I mean, he could do it, but if he gets hurt and they have to push, because it's not just The Rock can't make it to the movie. But now we ain't filming because The Rock's not here. So now all the cameramen,
he just
all
tweeted,
the makeup people,
I think he just did an Instagram
they have
where
to wait.
He posted him in the gym, and he goes, maybe one more. That's how. So it's like, stop fucking with me, Rocky.
That's work.
And then everything on wrestling is like, 3 years ago today, Valentine's Day weekend, he showed up here. Like, it's like, you fucking bastard, stop doing this to me.
If he was on for WrestleMania, they would be already the storyline would be clear.
The second his fucking music pops, it's just one collective fucking hard dick from every wrestling fan in the world.
Well, speaking of like
this guy,
everyone.
If his music popped right now, I'd flip this table without my hands.
I was wait. With your dick? What?
Yeah, with my dick.
No.
Go.
I mean, I don't know when Black Adam raps. Is it filming right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, what if he shows up at WrestleMania and sets up a long story till SummerSlam?
Yeah.
I mean, that can happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if he doesn't do anything too physical.
If Roman doesn't make it out of Elimination Chamber as champion, because I think if him and Rock wrestle, I don't think the title's on the line.
No,
you don't really have to.
I
Kevin Owens
think the
is not
title is
winning
on
the
the line.
title.
I think the Rock. I think the title will be on, especially for WrestleMania.
It's going to be Roman and Edge at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Let's get through. All right. So Finn Balor beats Pete Dunne.
Great match.
And
the run out happens.
With you tweeting or mentioning about how WWE likes to tweet about, this day, this many years ago, 4 years on the date of TakeOver was the celebration of best friends, or the Kevin Owens and Jericho.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, celebration. Yeah, Festival of Friendship.
That's when Kevin Owens turned, and then now we see 4 years later in the present, Adam Cole finally gets it done.
Yeah. So the fucking Danny Orkin, those fucking guys come out and they start beating up, and then Undisputed Era comes in for the save without Fish. Fish stayed.
I think he's hurt.
Yeah,
He's still hurt,
that dude's always hurt.
Yeah, I know, poor guy.
He's getting a little. He's in his 40s now. I think the body's starting to break down a bit.
Adam Cole's taking a little umbrage because O'Reilly is telling Pete Dunne, to him, like, and the whole time I'm like, oh fuck, we're gonna get like a mini Bullet Club because it's Cole.
I was like, who's gonna come out to help?
And then Adam Cole super kicks the shit out of.
I didn't know what they were doing because when they were all doing the pose, I'm like, what, is Finn gonna be the new leader? I'm like, what's happening?
And I think that's where Adam Cole was like, wait a second, like we're coming to help him, and he's gonna be. And then Finn's like, fuck that, I'm kicking his face off, and then kicked his face off, and then O'Reilly was like challenging his authority, and he's like, listen, dude, bang, you get it too.
Yeah. I like torn Roddy Strong, who's just like, what to do for 2 minutes? I'm just gonna be like, what?
Who do I leave with right now?
He's gonna be like Miss Elizabeth. He's gonna be in a neutral corner.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we'll ask. Where do you think this? Do you think Undisputed Era goes on without Adam Cole, or do you think Adam Cole starts Undisputed Era without Kyle O'Reilly?
I would say Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish do a tag team. Well, they do a tag team, but also Kyle O'Reilly is a singles. I think Undisputed Era is probably done.
See, I think,
but it's okay. I think they've done all they could do.
Yeah, I think it is time. I think this is now the time to pull the plug on Undisputed Era.
Yeah, break up the band.
Yeah, and if they do it, maybe do something where it's a new stable with Kyle, Bobby, Fish, and Finn, and then kind of like Adam Cole do his thing as a solo guy.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll get any. I think they're just gonna all break apart.
Yeah,
I think this all ends up at the end of the day with Kyle with the title.
Yeah.
Okay,
I just think it's time for Adam Cole. I think he's just an unbelievable talent.
Would he be three-time?
Yeah, 3-time champion. I wouldn't push him again. I think I would use Adam Cole to maybe beat Finn Balor, then have it where Kyle beats Finn, and now it's the Kyle O'Reilly
that
show.
Backwards, but
yeah.
Oh, sorry, Kyle beats Adam Cole.
Finn beats Adam Cole, and then Finn loses to Kyle O'Reilly.
Or
I would say Adam beats Finn.
Oh,
yeah. Takes the title
twice,
3 times, and then Kyle then works his way up and takes the title off Adam Cole.
Unless they just don't do that match for a title and just do Cole versus O'Reilly at Maybe
Yeah. Just
I think Adam Cole, in my opinion, besides him and Kevin Owens, are my two favorite wrestlers in the world right now. But I don't think Adam Cole and Finn Balor, or Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly can do the same match that Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly did. Like, I think he's super talented, but I don't know if he can replicate what they did. That was.
I think he's still having you'd have a good match.
I think it would be a great match.
5-star, might not be strong style.
That was oh my god, that match did something to me.
Yeah, it's not really Adam Cole's style as much as his style.
That match did some stuff to me. That put me on a whole nother. I remember watching, and I was like, I never felt like that as a wrestler. And I felt like I was a child wrestling fan again. The only time I ever had that recently, and it wasn't so much through me, but it was watching it with Tori and Heidi.
Yeah,
was the Kevin Owens Roman Reigns ladder match.
Okay,
where they were literally like visibly uncomfortable and anxiety and frustrated because Kevin Owens was about to win, and then Jey Uso would come down.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh man, this is really fun to watch for people who are not wrestling fans, because it's like watching that kid in the sixth row who jumped out to the front of the row when Ron Simmons won the title. Like, it's just where the people just consumed by it. Like, that's what wrestling's about, is when you kind of let your inhibitions down and enjoy just what's happening and forget that you're a middle-aged man who has to pay bills, and you kind of consume yourself in just the entertainment. It's.
I have a little bold prediction of like maybe a future of what can happen from this. I could see at the end of the day, if they don't do Kyle going for the title and they just do Kyle versus Adam as its own match at TakeOver week, like that weekend, I could see somehow, if the Pete Dunne Finn Balor story continues, Walter somehow getting involved. Just because I've been tweeting about how Walter has beaten Pete Dunne's record finally.
Yeah, but I mean, that's.
I don't know how eager Walter is going to be to come to the United States right now.
But with that, what about Pete Dunne going back to the UK just for like that one event?
You can do that.
I think that would be a really big event for the UK brand.
What about this? What about when Adam Cole beats Finn for the championship? Finn has nothing else to do in NXT. Finn then goes and reignites that rivalry with Walter.
Yeah.
And then WrestleMania weekend, we get Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly, and we get Finn versus Walter.
Oh,
that'd be a great match.
I really like that.
What if we get an Adam Cole call up? Because I really feel like that men's roster is like, it's not the strongest, and we need more stars up there. You know what I'm saying? And Adam Cole is such a big star that I really think that
he's a big star, but he's
a lot better.
This is gonna be like
he's a small dude compared to that roster right now, and he would be lost in the shuffle.
It sucks. Well, as long as Vince is alive, a lot of the NXT guys ain't.
Your champion right now. Your champion right now is 6'5". Both champions are over 6'5", 230 pounds.
I just feel like there's a wall, like when it comes to WWE with certain talent. Like we were talking about Eli Drake earlier. Like I saw EC3 at one time. I was like, yo, you got EC3 in there. Like, he is awesome. Why are they not pushing this dude hardcore? And then they put him in like stupid gimmicks and stupid like storylines. It's just like, ugh, like.
I think he didn't get pushed because he wasn't homebred talent.
Yeah, because you would look at him and be like,
he's
wow,
great.
That's someone that they would just go nuts over.
It was like, we'll bring
that guy.
It's like, we'll take your biggest guy, bring him over here, and make him a fucking job,
make him a fool.
That's kind of what
basically what they did. Yeah,
he's gonna beat Moxley. Moxley beats him, and then he's gonna do some Alexa.
And then he's gonna get hit by Braun Strowman on the way down the ring. And then you'll never hear him ever again. And he'll stand there with a red Solo cup and look depressed and drunk.
I just hope they don't do that with Eli Drake. Like the same thing. Like
they should have a decent NXT run, but
that's why I said I don't have high hopes.
You know who will probably be pushing the main roster?
I mean, you're coming out as LA Gear, so it already doesn't start out well at all.
What's his name? Loomis will be pushed hard on the main roster.
Possibly.
Yeah, he's gonna be like an Elias type that's gonna do well up there.
See, I've like the guys on Busted Open have talked about Loomis because I think he was trained by the Dudleys, and they've said that there's so much that we have not even seen from him, like in wise. So
what's he waiting for?
Charisma. That's
cloud, maybe. Especially while his like current gimmick, I guess, works to an extent. They don't really have to show that in-ring side of them yet.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be fun. All I know is if Kyle goes solo and gets his own T-shirt, I know what has two thumbs and is going to buy it. This guy
probably go on eBay and get him one of his R8 shirts.
Yeah, that's true. I want to get his first NXT shirt. I'm a big fan of him. I think he's really good. All right, let's get an elimination chamber, and the only 3 matches we know it's actually going to be.
Well, we have 5 now. We do know that Asuka is defending the women's title. We don't know against whom, because Lacey Evans will not be wrestling. Obviously, she is
JC Evans.
So talk about another title run with a champion, which has been meh at best. Like Asuka
was
and Io,
doing great there. Yeah,
super talented, but there hasn't been one title match that they've been a part of.
More over in NXT, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
way more over.
I remember her and Kyrie were pretty good.
Asuka can't beat the big names because they don't want the big names to take losses. So she's beating people who don't deserve to be even in championship matches. Where it's just like she's not fighting Bailey, she's not fighting Charlotte, she's not fighting. She's beaten.
Yeah, I forget she's the champion sometimes.
Yeah.
The Lacey Evans thing, is it a work? Or?
It is
she's pregnant.
She is pregnant. This is what I don't get.
Ric Flair is not the father, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I was just reading that, it's on the verge of being canceled, but WWE hasn't confirmed it officially.
Maybe that's why.
I don't know if they have.
Maybe she's not pregnant.
Like, if it's a work, I would put her in the ring, and then Austin's like, "No, I'm not going to wrestle you. You're pregnant." And then obviously some kind of like a roll up or something.
Yeah, she hits her with
that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Love it.
Yeah, I don't think they've officially acknowledged it, but all indications are.
Here's my thing. Here's my fucking thing. Why doesn't WWE fucking play into these dirt sheets and fucking feed false information so you could do something like that?
You should.
And this way, you make your dirt sheets fucking irrelevant.
Hey, call Meltzer and tell him this.
Yes. Why don't they do that? Why do fucking swerve us all? Tell us that Lacey's pregnant, right? And be like, "Yo, we're canceling the match." And then she comes out and fucking wins a title, and everyone's like,
"I was never pregnant."
If you really want to make Dave Meltzer look like a fucking idiot, then fucking make him look like an idiot. Fucking feed him false information, let him put it all over the internet, and then be like, haha. Now,
or call one guy and then call Alvarez and tell him something different. And it's like,
dude, fucking, it's not hard to do. Really not hard to do.
But like, if Lacey, I'm just gonna assume that Lacey didn't get knocked up and not know it.
Yeah,
like she probably had it planned. But like, if you're planning to have a kid, tell WWE so they don't put you in a storyline where you're going to win the title.
I could see her being the type of person where it just kind of happened, and she has a moral
obligation
or moral
compass
disposition to not do things that would make her no
okay. I see what you're saying, but I give her the benefit that, hey, let's go street level. If you shoot your load inside me, I wonder what's going to happen. So if you're doing that, like, either you're trying to have a kid or you're an idiot.
But there you go.
Welcome to the Patreon.
Yeah.
No, but
I don't think that's fair to the boss when they have a plan for you, and then you're going to say, "Oh, I got to do this. I'm going away for that's not fair."
In her
understand you have a kid. Just tell them that's okay.
Yeah, but you can't control.
I know, but usually when you want to have a kid, it's planned.
Not always.
Not all the time.
I'd say about 85% of kids on this planet are not planned.
I know, but usually when people want to get together, but if you were a wrestler,
yeah.
No, but like
you're on TV and they say, "Hey, we're going to do this, this, and this with you," and you're like, "I want to have a kid." Tell them.
Yeah, I don't think she was planning on having a kid.
Oh, maybe, but
when Sami Zayn was booked to win the Intercontinental Championship, he told upper management that he was about to get surgery, but that message never got relayed down to Bruce.
It might be something like that.
Yeah,
so.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that kind of comes down to women in wrestling in general.
Yeah.
If Seth Rollins goes and has a kid, you're like, "Oh, okay, he's the boy. We can still work with him." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And girls don't have
but
that.
The girl can't.
But what I'm saying, go back to the dirt sheets thing. It's like it's kind of like when you have a group of people and you're like, "Fuck, man, there's somebody here who's a fucking mole," right? So if you're running a company, you have a mole, or you have a really bad friend, and you're like, "All right, I'm gonna feed everyone a story,
false information,
and then I'm gonna feed the one guy I'm suspect on the one thing, and see how it gets back to me, and be like, oh, that's my one guy."
Yeah,
like. Are they not smart enough to figure that shit out in fucking WWE headquarters?
Get to know your media, right?
It's really not hard to find out who's not truly your friend.
Yeah,
just feed them.
Paul Beau is the man at this, by the way. Paul Beau is the man at this. I remember he came up to us. I forget. I think it might have been Johnny Moran, or I forget who it was. It might have been Siler. I don't know if Killbuck can chime in on this one. He's like, "Yo, push him. We're putting him over. Push him." I'm like, okay. We'll say his name 20 times in the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
By the way, Andy Header, I'm having TV dinners, so if you want to come over,
there we go. TV dinners. TV dinners at Boyers were
planned pregnancy TV dinners.
Oh, okay. 2, 3, get buy 3, or buy 2 get 2 3 free.
Yeah. So next match.
So for as far as matches proper, we do have Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler against Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair for the women's tag titles, as mentioned earlier.
I say Sasha and Bianca win them because they love that. Two tag partners that can't get along.
That would be a horrible booking, but I don't deny it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like. It's literally the same old with their tag team division, whether it's the male or female at this point. It's
I want to commend you for your just dedication to keep it on for almost an hour now.
Maybe there's a fan in it because when I was
definitely not a fan of it.
I was the Eastern one years old. I was a fan in it.
Yeah.
This still like smells kind of musty. Not sweaty, but just like
I know it smells awful.
You smell musty. Check out this guy.
And then our next match.
Next match, this could change. I as of now, it's supposed to be a 3-way for the U.S. title. Bobby Lashley, Keith Lee, and Riddle. I think there have been rumors that Keith Lee might be iffy, and they're not sure why.
Well, Mia, he tested positive for COVID, and then Mia Yim then tested positive.
I thought she did, and that's why he wasn't in the Rumble.
Yeah, I thought that's how it was.
Yeah, I think
it was around her.
I think he tested positive the same time as McIntyre did, and then he's been gone for a while. And she was tweeting, "I got tested, I was negative, and now all of a sudden I'm positive." Right. So I think he got it from McIntyre, and then now he has given it to Mia Yim.
Okay, yeah, but regardless, it's going to be Lashley, Riddle, and maybe Keith Lee.
Another storyline that has just been subpar at best.
I like Bobby Lashley, but I think maybe it's time for him to move up a little bit. I don't know if they would put him in a main event mix here, but I can see him dropping the title and moving up.
Yeah, maybe that's your main event or WrestleMania. Bobby Lashley versus Drew.
Yeah.
Like the Sami Zayn feud was just awful to sit through. Leo Rush was fun when he was paired with him and he was doing the Lashley gimmick, and then he lost the belt to Finn. But like, really, it's just been super lackluster for him since he's been back.
Well,
I do like the Hurt Business. I didn't like him when he was just like pointing to his ass half the time. That
was horrible. Oh.
See, I loved him pointing to his ass as a fellow ass man myself.
All right. Now
then we have our chambers. We have the SmackDown chamber where the winner will wrestle Roman that night for the Universal title.
Oh, wow. Like DCW pay-per-view.
That's weird, though, right? That the title's not going to be on the line for this one, right?
Well, Roman's not in it, so
yeah.
So it's for a shot that night. It's Jey Uso.
But usually it is, you know?
Yeah, or it's like for like whoever side the Rumble winner didn't take, like it's for a WrestleMania shot, something like that.
Yeah,
right.
But they're doing it because Roman pulled strings, and now somebody's going to go through this whole grueling elimination chamber. And then he's got to wrestle me.
Do both champions make it out of elimination chamber as champions?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good question.
I agree with that.
I want to say yes because that's the easy thing, but for podcast sakes, I'm going to say no. Do I know which one I think is going to lose the title? Not at all.
Yeah, I think they both do it, but I think it's once again, you always say your pay-per-views between Rumble and Mania. You want people to buy them, you want people to tune in, but they fucking mean nothing because
here's what could happen now that I think on a little more.
Yep.
Maybe Miz does.
Hold on.
I heard a train horn.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking train went by.
Yeah, that's here. That's here. Lebanon. Yay.
No. I was like, what the fuck is that?
A train in it.
Oh, train.
So just to run through the matches here real quick, and then I'll give my little
real fast.
Here.
I have a really funny joke. When I used to go to Votech, right? A train went by the school, and no matter whoever you were looking at, it didn't matter who. You'd be like, the train would go by, and the whistle blow. I'm like, yo, your mom's calling you. You gotta go because your mom's a big fat train. I don't know. It was a stupid joke, but it was funny in school.
Big fat train.
Big fat train.
That don't make any sense at all.
No, but I thought it was funny in high school. It's like,
I thought
like your mom's calling you.
So is that where the name Not Cool in High School came?
Yeah.
It should have been called Not Funny in High School.
Yeah.
That was me the whole time.
Where's
That's why I got bullied in high school. Yeah. I was just not funny.
Oh, bullied and beat up. Yeah, I made terrible mother jokes, obviously.
So I have a question I should bring up to the group here. What happens if we have something where maybe like, you know how the Fiend just automatically just appears? What happens if something like that comes into
is he not being
into play here
right now, or
I don't know. Alexa Bliss has been like tweeting some tweets and stuff, and like playing the Fiend.
Did they put her in a pentagram on national TV?
Yeah, well, a pentacle. It was not upside down. So pentagram's upside down.
People don't know the difference.
Yeah, they don't.
Well, I mean,
is Alexa in the women's chamber?
No.
No.
There is no women's chamber.
No, but like,
Which
I
is
thought there
sad.
was.
Nope.
I really think they should be.
there are a lot of like,
Oh, it's 2 men's chambers.
Yep.
Yeah.
like when Sean super kicked Taker and Jericho won the chamber, or just something along those lines. If like the Fiend were to show up, maybe.
He's gonna cost Randy. If the Fiend shows up, he's costing Randy.
But
That's
Randy's
what I
in it.
So here's the thing: if the Fiend does come in and like attack someone, maybe he attacks whoever the champion like wins at the end.
Just
Maybe
set
like
up WrestleMania.
maybe Randy does win that match. The Fiend comes down, attacks him, and then the Miz cashes in.
Yeah,
I think that's the only title I see changing right there. Actually,
Yeah, I don't
anything.
think I think they're doing the right thing by using the Fiend without being in a title picture. Just if he's gonna feud with somebody, you don't need a title involved
Yeah.
to lag it down.
So him and Randy Orton probably have a cinematic match at
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Firefly Funhouse match.
Yeah.
Like that.
They'll
So
talk about their previous feud.
And then Randy Orton will beat up Alexa, throw her in a fire or something.
Yeah, he'll light Lex on fire next.
Mhm.
Supposedly, the Fiend's getting a new mask. Tom Savini's making a new
I'd
mask.
be okay with that. Yeah, just change up a little. Why not?
Yeah.
Sell,
Like
sell more.
with him being burned to
Charred.
death, there you go.
Just don't bring that fucking Fiend mask belt thing back, because that was awful.
Ugh.
Thing was sexy.
Why would anyone want to wrestle for that?
well, then you get to change it. That's why.
I don't
like a
like-
Jeepers Creepers moment with that.
I
belt.
never liked when people get custom.
Yeah, I don't
belts.
like personalized belts. The
I
wood belt for
did like
Daniel Bryan was funny.
Daniel Bryan's belt was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, well,
Wood belt.
Yeah.
but Daniel
We-
Bryan's belt.
Wood
I
belt.
feel like
because
that
it
was
can't
custom.
leapfrog.
Yeah, we kind of stole the idea. We
Yeah,
we
that
wrapped the
one's
belt in
different. But
burlap.
like, if they didn't put Daniel
That
Bryan's
title's
face
fire.
on it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
where it's like the
Fit
smoking
gimmick.
Yeah, the smoking gun, the smoking skull belt. The
That's my
fucking-
favorite one.
I didn't like
The
it.
Jeff Hardy one is probably the worst.
Yeah, the
of
Jeff
all.
Hardy one
favorite
was
one.
terrible. The spinning belt, I hate.
I didn't like.
Maybe the
Ah.
women when Naomi put the glow lights on the tie. I thought that
was
was cool.
all right.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like if
She got in
I
trouble for that.
like if I made,
I don't
my
think she
way to
did.
the
I
top,
think that was a work for Total Divas. I think they
Yeah.
100% gave her permission to put glow lights on the
Oh,
title.
I'm pretty sure they made it for her.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
everything
I
you see
made
on everything you see on Total Divas is 100% planned.
The
You guys
majority
made
of it is for
it.
sure.
Yeah, Killua got that answer himself.
If you guys made it to the top, wouldn't you want your own belt? Like
Yes.
you are the champion.
No, I'm cool.
I would say, can I please have the Bret Hart belt back?
I'd be like, I'm good with the side plates. Just
I want
give me
the,
the,
I
put my
want the
name on
winged eagle.
put my name on the side plate. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like, because you work for that title and then you get it, and you're like,
Yeah.
we're gonna change what it looks like. I'm like,
No,
I kind of fought for it
Yeah.
because it looked that
I
cool.
like the nameplate. That's enough.
Yeah.
Or the side plate. Somebody I like the nameplate.
Yeah.
Give me the nameplate. Fine.
Now, if I was like, I want to wrestle because I want to fucking change that belt. Like when they did the Daniel Bryan one, it made his
Yeah.
championship cooler because it's like I can't wait to win that belt back to make it look normal
Yeah.
again. You know, and I like Daniel Bryan's belt. I thought it was really cool, but it wasn't his face. It was more or less like. It was funny because he was the heel and doing stuff, but he was literally just telling us like just treat our fucking planet better, and he was the heel for doing it, which is hilarious. But yeah. So all right, first one with we'll go with the Roman Reigns.
So the chamber matches: Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, King Corbin, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, with the winner facing Roman for the title that night.
So it's gonna be Kevin Owens, like right?
Or Daniel Bryan, I think.
Yeah, I'm probably Kevin Owens and then Roman beat.
Cesaro cost Daniel Bryan his chance. Like somehow Cesaro, because we're gonna get Cesaro and Daniel Bryan feud, which I'm cool with.
Looks like they might be a tag team now.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get turned there. I think you're gonna get Cesaro as a singles guy soon. He did a really cool promo. Well, I mean, it wasn't a great promo, but it was a heartfelt one where he's like, you know,
I watched it.
yeah, where he's like, people bust their fucking ass, and I've been doing it my whole career, and you know,
That's when they should look at him and said, "Then why didn't you leave?"
yeah,
Because it might get a little push for a little bit, and then it's gonna be right back.
yeah.
where it was.
Maybe the only one I would say, like, if you want to really give me a cool moment and you want to go into Mania, because once again, you don't need Roman Reigns at Mania with a title. He's already over.
No.
You know what I mean? And you could book any.
Although it is the first one where you be bad guy.
Yeah, he still doesn't need a belt.
Tony, Kevin Owens is not winning the title.
Nope. I'd say do your Daniel Bryan where he fucking clean sweeps his chamber and then beats Roman, or you fucking you swerve everyone and do a Kofi main and fucking give it to
No
Cesaro.
one's losing the belt a month before WrestleMania.
No, I know that. But
I'm not
Yeah.
sure about that, and I'll talk about it why in the next match.
I mean,
Yeah.
my thing is with this match, I really thought that Nakamura should have been in this match. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Yeah.
yeah,
he cut a really good promo, and the English was a little bit, he had to bear with his English, but I really thought the promo that he cut for how he wants to get back to into the main title scene and stuff like that. And I was like, man, you should give him a shot,
Dude, you have 5 guys in that roster right now with a Nakamura, Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, and fucking that are just man, any of those guys, the whole world would be cool being a world champion. And Roman already is going to get TV time regardless because he's Roman. He doesn't need the fucking belt to do it.
Yeah.
But you do want to see the hero overcome.
Who in that match does need the belt?
Cesaro.
Jey Uso.
I don't think they're gonna have. I don't think they're gonna have Cesaro go in the WrestleMania as the world champion.
Kevin Owens.
It doesn't need it.
It's more of a payoff. The last 3 pay-per-views.
I would say Cesaro as a comeback. That's it.
The only reason I say Kevin Owens is because he literally got screwed out of his last 3 pay-per-views, and he's been fighting his way to finally get this title. Does he just go into the Elimination Chamber and get screwed again?
It doesn't really matter.
He wins the Chamber and loses again to Roman the same night.
Who wins this? Because Roman's just gonna be whoever. So maybe Cesaro does win, and then Roman just beats him. Because then Edge will come out and say, "I'm picking you," and we're gonna wrestle.
Yeah, that's what this is all leading to. Yeah. It's all
Unless,
leading
they do swerve us with Daniel because Daniel and Edge had an interaction on SmackDown. But I don't see that happening.
The super fan of me would love to see Daniel Bryan versus Edge for the championship.
I really like.
I'd rather see that than
promo
Roman.
he cut in NXT where he was like, "I've never had that title before."
I would love to see Edge Finn Balor. That's another match that intrigues me.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic to see that too. They could pull Charlotte. That's what Charlotte did.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do it back to back.
No.
I don't know. I just don't see how you build this Kevin Owens thing where he gets screwed the last 4 pay-per-views with no payoff. There's no
the
payoff.
story's not about him; it's about Roman. That's
yeah. Just it's.
I mean, they spent how long has he had that title now? I mean, they're really trying to put him over as a heel, and I mean, it's working because I really like him as a heel. To be honest,
who did he beat for the title?
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
It's been such a long time.
The Fiend.
Oh, he did beat the Fiend.
It was the 3-way. It was him, Braun, and the Fiend.
Yeah, he came at the end when they were already all beat up, and then he came
right
at the very end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I really thought they were going to start a stable with him. I really did, with his whole family,
Usos,
and then he goes to WrestleMania, defeats The Rock, and The Rock joins it, maybe turns a heel thing.
I don't think that's out of the question. I think you can see that how Alex is saying at SummerSlam.
I think
the only reason
need to let things develop.
Yeah, the only reason that the other Uso's not in it is because he's injured.
He's injured, yeah.
And the only reason he wasn't at the last pay-per-view where he could have came out and did the whole handcuff thing is because he knows he showed up late for a live event, and WWE's like, yeah, you're no longer on the pay-per-view. That's why he wasn't in Rumble.
If you're talking about starting a stable with the tribal chief, I would put the Usos with The Rock if he does come, and then it's no, dude, I'm still the dude.
Roman's in the ring, and he goes, "I'm the tribal chief." The Rock's music hit, and both Usos look at him and go, "No, that's Daddy up there. We're going."
Yeah, they just walk.
Yeah, we're going with that guy.
I mean, the Kilowatt always said that for Roman to be more into the heel role, that he would need to be more destructive and just completely
when he had that match with AJ Styles.
Fantastic.
He had that match with AJ Styles, threw him to the table, then just continue to brutalize him. Less talk, more action with Roman.
Just hitting him with the chair 1,000 times.
Here's the thing: if when The Rock shows up, and if The Rock shows up, and then we get a Rock versus Roman, Roman's going over. He's beating The Rock,
of course.
Yeah,
well, absolutely,
as he should.
Yeah,
which would put him over hardcore.
It would be fun to see The Rock on the mic versus Heyman on the mic will be fun to see too.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's get in the other chamber.
And then their final match here, it's for the WWE title. The big hook here is everybody is a former WWE champion. You have Kofi Kingston, Sheamus, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, and Drew McIntyre.
I don't think Kofi's still going to be in. I think before the end of that thing, I think Mustafa Ali takes his spot.
I like that a lot.
I say it's wishful thinking.
I think this is the weakest of the two matches, to be honest.
They look at Mustafa and his group of idiots like they're jobbers, and they want to be pay-per-view.
I
still feel like they're being purposely booked like that because of their
no. It's just bad storyline.
They're just like a new age NWO. They're trying to be.
It's just bad.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: a lot of people weren't taking the
Ricochet.
Usos serious, and they start putting the Usos with the.
Well, I thought they always picked it when they used to come out and do their stupid dance.
But then they put them against the New Day, and they took them off. They
were tag champions, I think, when they did stupid dance. I thought they were always booked pretty well.
Yeah, but I mean, for a while there, people weren't really into them at all.
Well, yeah, because they were just getting tired.
If anyone's going to get Retribution
it was time
over,
to turn them heel.
It would be the New Day, and the Retribution angle where they're just guys who are rebelling is realistically Retribution. Those guys can disappear. And it could be a launching point for Mustafa. Like, use these guys because this dude stole my spot. And this is your payoff then to maybe get rid of Retribution and then bring back Diavac as a different person.
Yeah.
When they get rid of Retribution, it's just going to be gone one day. That's how they're going to get rid of Retribution.
I think, do you remember Raw Underground?
Yeah.
Just disappeared.
Yeah.
So.
But I think your payoff here has to be Ali Kofi because that's the whole thing that sparked Ali to start this whole revolution.
There is no payoff.
I know. I'm just trying to
trying
to logically.
I disagree. They've already put too much. Like they've already been on consistently enough, and they had that win over Team Raw that they keep bringing. Well, I keep bringing up. I think they will eventually have a culmination to this story.
Bless your heart.
I'm really trying. I enjoy it.
Listen, I grasp the straws all the time. You know, sometimes you just get really excited about things.
Worst gimmick of 2020.
I consider them more like they look like watchdogs in the game Watchdog.
Look like a bunch of fucking jabrones.
It's terrible.
You have guys in your team named Slapjack and T-Bar. Your ceiling's very low.
Yeah.
No, like that's what I'm saying. It's a play on like dumb gimmicks and how when people are called up, they
No, it is a dumb gimmick. It's not a play on it. It is one.
Yeah. It's like TL Hopper. How far can you go if your name is TL
that's
Hopper?
in that stable weren't they from Evolve? Where did most of them from Evolve?
Dio Madden, I don't think ever did Evolve. Did
Dijak? I don't know.
Dijak probably.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Ali. I don't know.
Mia Yim.
Gimmick was for Retribution, like you took our Evolve.
Yeah, a lot of those guys were like involved in. Initially, when Retribution came in, it was kind of like Evolve was just dissolved into our company type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just got our new Not Clone High School logo sent to me.
You didn't see that before?
I did, but he actually sent me the file to upload it.
It's cool. Yeah, Retribution's going nowhere, guys.
Here's where I think here's where I think the big thing happens here, because I think we can all agree Drew McIntyre is probably winning the match.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there is a chance that the Miz could walk out the champion.
But then who does Miz wrestle at WrestleMania?
He doesn't.
Here's the thing.
He gets his rematch clause.
There is still a show between this and WrestleMania. It's going to be the first pay-per-view on Peacock. It's literally the week before WrestleMania. They're doing Fastlane again.
Oh, okay.
And I think you could have the Miz win the title here and drop it back to Drew. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, but I think they
would.
I have a question about the Peacock thing now. Is that for Premier subscribers, or how's this? Because I've never really seen news on this.
There's 3 levels of Peacock. There's free. I don't know what they call the other 2. The free one, the network's not going to be on it. There's one that's $5 a month and ad supported and free if Comcast is your cable company.
Yeah,
it will be on that, and then it will be on the commercial free one, which is either
now,
$10.
I get that.
Are they moving the entire network over?
So goodbye WWE Network.
Yep,
all back
WWE Network as it is now. Nobody knows about that. It seems like
I'll give you the info.
it seems like WWE Network will still be around because NBC is trying to hire a curator for the WWE Network, and like they're trying to emphasize in the job posting for it that they want it to be a fan. So it seems like they do have a plan for the back catalog.
Okay, the only thing I ask that I fucking want out of this network, and I've been asking for it since day one, I want to be able to turn on a show, right? So I turn on Saturday main event or Sunday main event or something like that.
Was watching from beginning to end.
And watch it now, not just from beginning to end, but or say if I turn on Raw, I watch the first Raw. I watch it, Raw. Hey, this leads into this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view drops. You watch the pay-per-view. Then it takes you back.
Like to watch the year of 1996?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would like to be able to go back to like the early 2000s or even the late 90s and watch Raw that continued into SmackDown that continued into whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they did with Disney Plus with the whole Marvel thing, where they put it in chronological
Exactly.
order.
Right.
Yeah.
That kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that's
I would like
fantastic.
that curator job.
It's
personally.
possible. You know,
I want to
a lot of work.
Yeah,
I think the Peacock thing is awesome, though. I really think that's cool.
Basically, if you have the network right now, you're going to get all the NBC stuff.
Put it this way:
price.
we went on the network before our show started, and we were going to watch the Ron Simmons winning the World Championship from
and it's
Vader,
hard to find.
and we couldn't fucking find it.
That's sad.
Even when we Googled it, the show they told us to watch it wasn't on there.
So you couldn't type in Ron Simmons, and that match just came up.
You would think when you talk Ron
that'd be
Simmons,
his first career highlight. It was not even on there.
yeah, it was him doing backstage stuff. It was like him.
The search results on the network are so bad.
Yeah.
The network got worse.
I remember it was me and the Kilowatt. He came here and we were watching pay-per-view. And remember, it kept going in and out like all the time. Every time you watch it live, it was just
remember them years that when the first year, like for SummerSlam, WrestleMania with pause and
it was completely terrible.
The early,
I think wasn't the first year where they when you streamed it, it would stream in standard def because they still want you to pay the 60, and you can when you pay for it in 60, it's in high def.
No, the network was always $10 for high def.
I thought they
unless you can't get high def.
I thought they were trying to still.
The only thing they did in the very beginning is you had to have a 6-month commitment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, I'm not doing that because I only watch 2 pay-per-views a year." I'm like, that's more than $60.
Yeah, you're still getting your money's worth.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still the best. It's still the best deal in the biz. I mean, for like
really
$10, you're watching a $50 pay-per-view, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and then if you get a takeover the same month, that's worth it.
Yeah, and you're sitting there looking at
what it was.
You're looking at AEW and Impact. And you're like, oh, you want me to pay how much for your pay-per-view?
Yeah, it's very hard.
But yeah, right.
Pay-per-view.
It changed the game in pay-per-views.
I love your product, man, but that other one's giving me $10 a month, and even though their content's dog shit, I'm still getting it for $10 a month.
Hey, Legends House is the shit. Legends House is the shit.
They're still putting billions or millions of dollars behind it and giving it for $10. That seems like a fair, very like user friendly.
And plus, you get all the years of old stuff.
Dude, it's like when I pitched when people are like, "What should I buy, Xbox or PlayStation?" I said, "Okay. I mean, is your exclusive worth you buying? If PlayStation has 6 exclusives this year, is $60 each game viable for you?
Yeah.
Game Pass alone sells Xbox.
Game Pass, you're like, do you like the same games, but you want to maybe get them all for the one price of $10 or $60 for the year? And you're like, yeah,
this guy.
Well, that's your clear choice right there. Like,
I don't own a physical game for Xbox at all.
Yeah, I am the exact opposite, and I am anti. It's a great deal, but I want the physical game.
Yeah, I have
because I can't say look at all the digital games on my shelf.
Yeah, I have too many shelves. I'm cool with digital. All right, well that'll do it for that. If you want to play along, you can go to Pro Wrestling Scorecards and play along. If not, cool. We are going back to the old banner. We're actually going to give the other one to our other winner. So we're gonna drop the likeness for the podcast when it comes to logos. We do have some spoof logos for new show names coming. Not Cool in High School just got one. It's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
We have some new ones coming for the other shows. You can go check out the new merch for the NWO logos or the Raw is War logo that was done by Alex. Huge thank you for that one. But besides that, pretty much everyone here except Paul. Paul, what do you want to plug? Everybody pretty much said their plugs last show.
I mean, I'll plug Wicked Turtle Network. I mean, we're sponsoring the Camper's Choice for the Camp Leapfrog over there, and I want everybody to go over there and check out High Tension, check out Camp Leapfrog. Definitely go to IWTV and check out the great content there. I also want people to go to the Wicked Turtle store and get that new Slam Jam logo that's back there. Because like I said before, he's got the shirt right here.
I got it.
There's the old Slam Jam. That's our grape flavor. We have grape, blueberry, strawberry, and orange marmalade. Ooh. So you got to try those out.
And then you can listen to the WCW.
That just tastes like the Kilowatt right there.
Then you listen to the Slam Jam album.
Yeah, listen. What we do on the Slam is it's a little bit different. I kind of like take my cue off of Mr. Blackwell and doing some interviews with some of our local talent here at Independent Wrestling. We got some good ones coming up from Camp Leapfrog. It's going to be coming up on the show soon. Just I like to call it behind the music, but behind the wrestling. So it's basically the person, and then get into their gimmick and where you come from and all that good stuff.
Behind the wrestling, me and CC Boost.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk to him about that. And how was his night? You know,
Electrifying.
Oh,
Yeah,
I like
right.
it. I like that. I like that.
But yeah, head on over to the Wood Show Network. We're on Facebook. We're also on YouTube, Twitters. So
cool.
I feel like we're being menaced by a bear right now, and I don't like it. I'm very tired, and I feel like I'm hallucinating.
I gotta go back. I actually work tomorrow.
We've been going late. Thank you guys for hanging out. Maybe we should move these on Fridays to like 8 o'clock and start
that's
early.
fine. Yeah.
I mean, I did some research. I thought we were gonna have our favorite elimination match. I did some research of my favorite.
I mean, you could say it.
What's your favorite?
My favorite one was actually the tag team elimination in 2016.
Oh, I
thought
love
that was
that
fantastic. The one with Kalisto and the Lucha Dragons and stuff. I thought that was my favorite. That's my favorite one, hands down.
That time period of the Lucha
best
Dragons,
tag team in wrestling. Best tag team at the time.
When they had that tag team ladder match and he did the Salida del Sol through the ladder.
I can't remember that.
The tag division was real hot right then.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was a fun one.
Yeah, maybe next time when we do elimination topic, we were gonna possibly do that for this one, but we're like, Black History Month, let's do Ron Simmons.
Look, the elimination chamber starts in 5 minutes. We can't do it now.
Yeah, about that's literally as long as we're going. We'll see you guys next time. Here's some Billy Trey.
Well, we booked the worst WWE card ever.
Links will be below. Go. My mouse is there. It goes. We'll see you guys next time. We're out of here.
Bye.